In the world of Squid Game, survival is never guaranteed, and every victory comes at an unbearable cost. We've watched friendships shatter, trust collapse, and lives end in the blink of an eye. From the first season's shocking debut to the heartbreaking conclusion of Season 3, the story of Gi-hun, our reluctant hero, captivated audiences around the globe. But as Season 3 closed with Gi-hun's tragic death, one question echoed louder than all the rest. What comes after? Because the games never end. They adapt, they evolve, and most terrifying of all, they spread. And so, the theory begins. What if the torch of this brutal legacy doesn't end with Gi-hun, but is instead passed on to someone he loved most? His daughter, a young girl in America, far from Korea, yet closer to the games than she could ever imagine. This is the American Squid Game theory. Let's begin. The games in Korea are over. Gi-hun, the unlikely champion who once defied death and uncovered the truth, is gone. His story ended in Season 3, a hero who could not outrun the grip of the Squid Game. But stories never die, they live on in those left behind. And that brings us to her, Gi-hun's daughter. She is no longer a child waiting for her father to return. She is a teenager now, sharper, but burdened with the shadow of a man the world remembers only as a rumor. A ghost of the games. She never truly knew what her father went through, but whispers reach her, the papers, the conspiracy theories, the strange silence around his death. They leave her with one haunting question. What really happened to my father? And here's where the American Squid Game theory begins. What if Korea wasn't the only arena? What if the games are part of a global machine? Different countries, different rules, but the same sinister purpose. America, with its wealth, its greed, and its desperate debt-ridden citizens, would be the perfect stage. Picture this, her father's death. It becomes her beginning. She discovers that the same masked men who haunted Gi-hun also operate in the United States. But unlike Korea's version, the American games are bigger, more theatrical, designed like a twisted carnival of spectacle. Every childhood game turned into a nightmare. Imagine hide-and-seek in a massive warehouse with infrared sensors, dodgeball, but every hit could mean death. A deadly version of musical chairs in a neon-lit stadium, where the last seat isn't survival, it's execution. Now here's the twist. She doesn't just stumble into this world. She's pulled in, recruited, marked as a legacy player, the daughter of the man who once broke their system. To the organizers, her participation isn't just chance, it's poetic, a cruel sequel. And in America, the contestants aren't factory workers or gamblers. They're students drowning in loans, veterans abandoned after service, families destroyed by medical bills, and dreamers crushed under the weight of the American promise. Each one desperate, each one willing to risk everything for Gi-hun. This isn't just survival, it's a test of identity. Can she become stronger than the father she barely knew? Or will she fall victim to the very system that killed him? The American Squid Game theory doesn't just ask what's next, it asks who carries the legacy. Gi-hun may be gone, but the fight against the games might live on through his bloodline. And so, the stage is set. A daughter versus the nightmare that claimed her father. A new arena, a new story. The same question, who will survive? This is not Gi-hun's story anymore. This is hers, Gi-hun's daughter, American Squid Game.